Now to the tragic story of a nurse who died last night from complications of COVID-19. Now, it's unclear whether she was vaccinated, but the Nurses Association of Jamaica is horrified about the circumstances which led to her death. Shamela Pullen has the details.
The pressure facing the nation's nurses has reached boiling point.
Me say, colleagues, we need to wake up, because me go work now this morning. Me expect to function like say no happen. It can't work. The staff need to be called together and counsel. We're not all right. We're not all right. Me see me in a theater and a big old elective list. No patient panning are dead. List can't put off. Me know say we have a responsibility, but we can't manage. We're not all right.
TVJ News obtained and got permission to use this 34-second voice note of a nurse who is clearly overwhelmed. The reality of the COVID crisis has plunged the nursing fraternity into mourning, following the death of 40-year-old Anita Bent West, who was assigned to the Percy Junior Hospital. NAJ President Patsy Edwards Henry told TVJ News that Nurse Bent West, who was assigned to the COVID ward and the isolation area, fell ill and did a COVID test last Thursday. She got the result the next day, confirming she had contracted the virus.
She worked up to last week. She didn't feel well, went into hospital on Friday and just deteriorated and needed to be transferred.
One would have thought because she was a healthcare worker that Nurse Bent West would have easily been able to access treatment at hospital, but that was not the case. By the time she was able to get the care she needed, it was too late.
We couldn't get her into Mandeville on Friday afternoon, Saturday. We couldn't get her into the university. We couldn't get her to Cornwall. She eventually got to the university on Monday morning, between Sunday night and Monday morning. When she got to university, even then, she wasn't able to get on to a ventilator immediately. She eventually got onto a ventilator, but a little too much, too late, too little, too late, she passed.
The NAJ president says the news is affecting nurses as they're still out there putting their lives at risk to save lives.
I heard this morning, ministers opening field hospital. It's the same nurses who are dying that we are asking to work in these areas. It's rough, Shamela. It's rough on all of us. When we have one of our own goals, it puts a dent and it makes it hard for those who remain to continue.
Mrs. Edwards Henry is appealing to the government to do more to monitor persons breaching the COVID rules for an end to the pandemic.
We just have to ensure that the disaster protocols are maintained. We need to have the monitoring persons. We need to have the persons who ensure, calling on the security forces to come on board with us and ensure that the protocols are maintained. It's not easy to lose a loved one.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.